Namo Namah. Gita's Lessons for Life. Number 4. Enhance Shraddha, Faithfulness. By S.L. Abhyankar, Mumbai, Saturday, July 25th, 2020. Having said in part 3 that Gunatitata is a state of becoming a yogi, the Brahma Bhuya state, the state of identity with Brahman, absorption or dissolution into Brahman, of final emancipation. The state may be reached by following some guideline. Possibly, a good guideline is outlined in points number 4, 5, 6 and 7 in the 7-point code for Param Shreya, for most exalted life. I have actually shaded the first 3 points, but anyway, to get a continuity, we may as well read them. Strive to be clean of all vices, what is detailed as Asuri Sampat in 16th chapter, somewhat summarized in 18-53. Cultivate virtues, Daivi Sampat, C. A 12-13 to 12-19, A 13-7 to 13-11, E 16-1 to 16-3, E 18-42 to 18-44. Some virtues do repeat in these 4 lists. Actually, antonyms of virtues are vices. Try to understand virtuosity, Gunatitata, also. See 14-22 to 14-26. And now we come to the point number 4. Enhance Shraddha, faithfulness, by practicing sacrificial rituals, Yajnaha, 17-11, austerity, Tapaha, 17-14 to 17-17, philanthropy, Danam, 17-20, observing and imbibing the philosophy of Om Tat Sat, 17-23 to 17-27. Cultivate organs to stay steadfast against inflictions by senses. Indriyarthebhyaha indriyani sarvashah nigruhitavyani. And strive for Brahmi Sthiti, 2-55 to 2-72. Live all life as offerings unto him, 9-34. Cultivate self-sameness with the entire creation, Atmaupamyam Sarvatra, 6-32. It may be taken that points numbers 4, 5, 6, 7 are in increasing degrees of difficulty. As such, to become aware of the concept of Param Shreya, most exalted life, is itself some reward of this human life. We need not worry about how far we can progress. For the present, we may study the points numbers 4, 5, 6, 7 one by one. The 11 shloka mentioned in number 4 are about Satvika Yajnaha, 17-11, austerity, Tapaha, 17-14 to 17-17, philanthropy, Danam, 17-20, observing and imbibing the philosophy of Om Tat Sat, 17-23 to 17-27. Actually, prior to 17-11, there are 3 shlokas, 17-8 to 17-10, about diet, ahara. Maybe because satvika ahara, chaste diet, preconditions, yajnaha, tapaha, danam, to be satvika. Let me quote the 3 shlokas about diet, ahara. आयुस्सत्वबल आरोग्य सुख प्रीति विवर्धना रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृद्या आहारा सात्विक प्रिया कट्वम्ल लवणात्युष्ण तीक्ष्णरूक्षविदाहिनः आहारा राजसस्येष्टा दुःखशोकामयप्रदाः यातयामं गतरसं पूतिपर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टमपि चामेध्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम्. Let us look at 17-18, 17-8. आयुः सत्व बलारोग्य सुख प्रीति विवर्धनाः. आयुः, time of life. Sattva, chastity. Bala, strength. Arogya, healthiness. Sukha, happiness. Preeti, affection, compassion. Vivardhanaha, making grow. Ayush sattva balarogya sukha preeti vivardhanaha, enhancing time of life, chastity, strength, healthiness, happiness, affection, compassion to grow. Rasyaha snigdhaha sthira rudya ahara satvika priya. Rasyaha, juicy. Snigdhaha, lubricating. Sthiraha, long lasting, not suffering decay too soon. Rudyaha, pleasant. Aharaha, diet. Satvika priya, liked by gentlemen. Rasya snigdha sthira rudya ahara satvika priya. Diet liked by gentlemen is juicy, lubricating, long lasting, not suffering decay too soon, pleasant. All in all, diet liked by gentlemen is beneficent for enhancing time of life, chastity, strength, healthiness, happiness, affection, compassion. Is juicy, lubricating, long lasting, not suffering decay too soon, pleasant. One may think that non-vegetarian diet has less chance to be conducive to happiness because items in non-vegetarian diet are from such creations that could not have been happy to become items of diet. Conversely, items in vegetarian diet are from such creations that do not suffer any unhappiness. An apple tree knows that itself cannot consume the apples. Jain diet prohibits consuming anything which grows below ground. Items that grow below ground are obtained by uprooting. A plant suffering uprooting cannot be happy at that. In composing diet, in choosing what to eat and what not to eat, there can be a thought of sensibility and sensitivity. Maybe this also is implicit in point number 7 of the Code for Paramashraya, most exalted life, namely cultivate self-sameness with the entire creation. Atmaupamyam sarvatra. The shloka is Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo matah. Arjuna, Arjuna, yaha, he who, sukham va yadi va dukkham, whether being happy or sad, sarvatra, anytime, anywhere, atmaupamyena samam, by being self-same, pashyati, sees, understands. Saha paramaha yogi matah. Such person is regarded as paramaha yogi. That person is regarded as paramaha yogi who sees, understands all instances of being happy or sad by self-same logic. If I get pain, if somebody inflicts an injury unto me, the goat being slashed to become human diet would of course be in great agony. The chemistry of that agony would devolve into the meat. On another count, once an exhibitor in a rose show said to me, "Oh, the joy of watching early in the morning a rosebud opening its petals." Is that any way different from a child in a cradle flashing a smile? If a child in the cradle flashes a smile, that smile is an exhibition of the child's faith that it sees no danger. Isn't that what faith is? As such, The complete Saptadashodhyaya of Gita seems to delineate enhancement of faith. I have just made a selection of 11 shloka. Let us study shloka 17-11. Afalakankshibiryajnam vidhidrushto yajyate yashtavyameveti manas samadhaya sasatvikaha. Before going into interpretation of this shloka, we should bear in mind what a yajna is. For that, see, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagnau Brahmanautam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahmakarma Samadhina 4-24. A synonym for yajna is saptavastu, what comprises 7 attributes. Here there is mention of arpanam, havihi, agnihi, hota, gantavyam, karma, samadhi. This is Brahma Yajna, because everything is Brahma. That is 4-24. Further on, Daivameva yajnam yoginah paryupasate brahmagnavapare yajnam yajnena ivopajuvati shrotraadini indriyaanyanye sanyama agnishu juvati shabdadin vishayananya indriyagnishu juvati sarvani indriya karmani pranakarmani chapare atma sanyama yogagnau juvati jnana deepite. Note, atma sanyama yoga is a yajna, which is jnana deepita, kindled by jnanam. What is sacrificed, rather offered, is sarvanindriya karmani, all involuntary actions, and or prana karmani, all voluntary actions. Dravya yajnas tapo yajna yoga yajnas sadhapare swadhyaya jnana yajnascha yatayas samshita vrataha. There are many other yajna. No, swadhyaya, self-study, as also imparting and or sharing jnanam are also swadhyaya jnana yajna. Apane juhati pranam prane panam tathapare pranapanagati ruddhva pranayama parayanaha apare niyata ahara pranan praneshu juvati sarve pete yajnavido yajna kshapita kalmashaha. Those niyatahara who regulate their consumption, not only of what they eat and drink, but also of what they churn in their mind and intellect, they also juvati, perform a yajna. All those who have become kshapita, cleansed of their kalmashaha, maladies, are to be regarded as yajnavidaha, knowledgeable of what a yajna is. It is such meaning and knowledge of yajna which is to be borne in mind when interpreting and understanding afalakankshabhiryajno vidhidrushto yajyate yashtavyameveti manas samadhaya sasatvika 17-11. Yaha yajna yashtavyam eva iti manah samadhaya afalakankshabhi vidhidrushtaha yajyate saha satvika. Yaha yajna, that sacrificial ritual of offering, yashtavyam eva, that it must be performed, iti manah samadhaya, so with mind at peace, vidhidrushtaha, conforming to specified procedure as perceived by the seers. Afalakankshibhihi ijjate is performed by those who hold no expectations, who have no ulterior motives. Saha satvika. Only such yajna is chaste yajna. It comes to mind that doctors, nurses, all the support staff in corona hospitals are all yajnikaha. But any of them indulging in personal gains is a spoil sport in the fight against the pandemic. I did not mark the next two shlokas in my 7-point code because their content is not oriented to param shreya. But knowledge is never complete by knowing only vidya. For complete knowledge, one must know avidya also. This is delineated in Ishavasya Upanishad. Detailed in the next Dvau Shlokau are Rajasa and Tamasa Yajñau. Abhisandhaya tu phalam dambharthamapi chaivayat ijjate bharata sreshta tam yajñam vidhi rajasam. 17-12. Bharata Sreshta, you, eminent among descendants of Bharata, phalam abhisandhaya, expecting fruits, dambharthamapi cha eva, and pretentiously, yat ijjate, is performed, tam yajñam to rajasam vidhi, no such yajña to be rajasa. You, eminent among descendants of Bharata, know that yajña which is performed expecting fruits or gains and are performed pretentiously, may be wanting to show off, lacking sincerity, faith, devotion, is only rajas. Vidhihinam srishtanam mantrahinam adakshanam shraddha virahitam yajñam tamasam parichakshate. Vidhihinam, not following the specified procedure. Asrishtanam, not sharing the pleasantries. Note, tasks are fulfilled by teamwork. The joy of fulfillment has to be shared. Mantrahinam, devoid of focus. Adakshinam, inattentively performed, lacking respect. Shraddha virahitam, devoid of faith. Yajñam, such yajña, tamasam, as tamasa parichakshate, is regarded. Yajña, which is performed devoid of focus, devoid of faith, performed inattentively, lacking respect, not following vidhaya, the specified procedure, not sharing the pleasantries, is regarded to be tamasa. Swadhyaya. I am happy that Shloka 4-28 would endorse my studies to be yajna and also not tamasa yajna, because I do share the pleasantries. The present worldwide anxiety of corona pandemic is so very relevant to understand and faithfully follow the prescribed procedures, vidhaya, of social distancing, wearing a mask, observing cleanliness, keeping healthy, improving immunity, etc. The fight against the pandemic is a yajna. Every citizen of the world is a yajnika. We must cultivate that shraddha, faith, and have to be faithful. This faith is not Hindu faith, or Christian faith, or Muslim faith, or any other religion-based faith. Corona itself afflicts and affects regardless of these man-made faiths. Gita also does not preclude that it propagates a faith only for Hindus. It is only the ignorant who label it as a book for the Hindus. Anybody showing slightest rajasa or tamasa trait is the unfaithful, a traitor. We all have to guard against the traitors. Let us accede to the shraddha that every traitor will only cause prolonging the fight. We have to accede to that shraddha, to that faith. May the creed of Satvika Yajna prevail, not only for the yajna of fighting the pandemic, but for all yajna of all of us, all the time, everywhere. Shubhamastu.